Get ready to quench your curiosity because we've got a hot topic on the table, literally, with scorching temperatures heating things up. Let's remember to stay cool and hydrated. Our next guest is a registered dietitian who's ran over 20 marathons. Wow. Let's welcome Pamela Nisevich Bede. Pamela, we're surrounded by water, yet we often neglect to drink as much as we should. Why is it important that we all stay hydrated?
That's very true. So thank you for having me. You know, as a sports dietitian with Abbott, a mom, a marathoner, hydration is just so critical. It's critical in the heat, it's critical throughout the year, and especially as our kids go back to school, as we return to activities and training, we want to make sure that we're replacing the fluids we're losing in sweat and just going about our day. And here's why. 60 to 70% of our body is made up of water. So when we start to lose some of this water through sweat, losing just 2% of our body weight from dehydration really impacts our body's ability to function. And what those dehydration symptoms start to look like is fatigue, irritability, headaches, maybe a little bit of dizziness. In our kids, it looks like flushed faces. They can be tired. They can be grumpy. So we want to watch out for those symptoms and not rely on our thirst sensor, because that's not always the best indicator to know that we're well hydrated. So if you start to feel just a little bit off, you start to feel more fatigued, an easy step is just to pause and take a moment for a hydration break.
Okay, all helpful tips. And so when our bodies tell us, hey, we need more water over here, especially in the hot weather, what can we do to stay hydrated?
A great strategy is to pre-hydrate. I can't tell you the amount of athletes I work with that show up to workouts, to games, already dehydrated, so already at a deficit. So when you think through what your day is going to hand you, back up the clock and start adding in fluids. And it's pretty simple. So we can be adding in glasses of water, unsweetened teas, a science-backed electrolyte drink like a Pedialyte. When we sweat, we are losing fluids, but we're losing electrolytes. So we've got to add these special minerals back in. So the sodium, the chloride, the potassium. These nutrients help our body maintain fluid balance, help keep our cells working. My go-to when I'm in training is a Pedialyte Sport. So it replenishes fluids fast, and it's formulated with 5 key electrolytes that you're losing as you're sweating. For kids, Pedialyte Freezer Pops are a great go-to. They're kind of a special treat, and they help replace some of those fluids, replace some of those electrolytes that the little ones are losing in sweat. Adding in the powder packs. Another great strategy is thinking through what's on our plate. So about 20% of your fluid needs are going to come in from foods. So when you think through melons, cucumbers, tomatoes, vegetables, fruits, these items can be up to 90% water. So not only are they hydrating, but they're also adding in essential vitamins and minerals to help nourish you.
I always have to remember that there's produce we can eat to help increase that water intake. Are there some more ways to stay hydrated that might make a splash?
Yeah, so thinking through your hydration, you just always want to have hydration at hand. And sometimes we get a little bit bored of different, of water. So like today we've got cucumbers floating in water. You can add in citrus, always having your Pedialyte on hand, because you want to think through having the right science-backed electrolyte, the right blend of electrolytes. When we're sending kids off to practices, off to activities, we're going to the gym, making sure that we've got hydration options before, during, and after readily available is a great strategy.
All right, you're keeping us hydrated this summer. Pamela, thank you so much for joining us. And for more information, you can visit Pedialyte.com.